All right, welcome to the third of the series relating to generative AI. Today we're going to actually just concentrate on Microsoft Copilot. We've already done a series on ChatGPT, and this one is on Microsoft Copilot. We also have finished a series on Google Gemini, which used to be called Bard. All right, so I'm going to do a demo also, but I'll also show you screens of something I tried to do before. That's my information. I've been in this IT or ICT sector for some time, including being a academic teaching at the university and also owning a tech company. That's how to get in touch with me, LinkedIn, Twitter, now called X, or via email or phone numbers. All right, so we always put a caveat that we use some pictures or some images that may have some copyright. Just be careful. Obviously, whatever I'm saying here is not a substitute for you to have a one-on-one consulting with a practitioner. All right, so Microsoft Copilot was launched February of last year, February 7, 2023, depending on when you watch this video. It's a replacement for Cortana. If you remember, Cortana, where you can speak or search, that was a very helpful tool. So this is now more of AI assisted or generated content. So we say Microsoft Copilot AI. If you compare with Gemini that just rebranded itself, or ChatGPT that came out in September 2021, but ChatGPT version 4 came out April of last year, right? So Copilot is packaged with most Microsoft products such as Bing or Edge or Office 365. It's also based on what's called the large language models. It can actually cite to sources, write music, compose poems for you. It can actually create images, as you've seen in a minute, and it has also much more. This is more like an intro or a short video, but there's so much you can do with Microsoft Copilot. There are some add-ons that you have to pay for. Generally, it's free if you go to copilot.microsoft.com. So on the demo, I will walk you through, but let me show you what I did on the demo. So the first thing I wanted to do was, you go to the Copilot, and I said, please write me a 100-word short love poem to my wife, Ify, and it generates a poem for me. So very funny poem in here. In the quiet of dawn, our souls entwine, your laughter, my compass, your eyes, my sign, true life, tempest and song, kiss days. It goes on and on. I read it funny. When I finished, I gave it to my wife. Now, we will let it stay. What was my wife's response to the poem? Maybe you could have it generate a poem and then modify it for whoever you're trying to send it to, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, right? And then see their response. I found that just like we say, there's some bias to AI. This one is actually the poem is more Eurocentric, uses more Middle Age or medieval time language, or it's called classical English. But I'm sure you can tweak it around. So the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to see if I can compose music. So I just went to the Copilot, as you've seen in a minute. I went to the one in the notes that says, write me an Afrobeat song about the natural beauty of the black woman. And it came up with an interesting song. I saved it to a Word document so I can go through it later on. And it has a good chorus. Maybe at the end we will try and see if we can sing it together, right? But I found the music to be very interesting. Afrobeat has overtaken the world. Nigerian music is one of the top, to the extent that other people are, I don't want to say trying to take over, but they're copying, right? All right, so there's something called Suno. You can enable it. This one can actually compose songs with melodies. You have to be signed up to do that. It's a plugin, but that was what I got without using Suno. Then I wanted to create an image. So just like I did with, if you see the video on Gemini, and then I'm going to do one on ChatGPT Part 2. I said, okay, give me an image to go with the composed Afrobeat song. It now gives me a message saying we can only generate images for users signing with a personal Microsoft account or Office Microsoft account. So when you look on here for Microsoft Bing, You say sign in with a personal account, sign in with a work or school account. That would enable you to do what you want to do, right? So once I signed in, and I said, okay, let me kind of change the prompt. I said, generate an image to go with the composed Afrobeat song for me. And it gave me this nice, very colorful set of pictures on there. So okay, let me be a little more specific because prompt is very big with generative AI. So you have to be specific about your prompt. Sometimes prompts need to be a little more specific and you have some more words. So yeah, if you don't do it, you basically give the AI liberty to create what you want. But you sometimes have to direct it. You always hear me, it's like garbage in, garbage out. So generate an image to go with the Afrobeat song about the natural beauty of the Black woman. So you now gave me this set of pictures. If you look on the lower right-hand corner, you will see that it's powered by DAL E3, which you have available on ChatGPT 4, which will be the paid edition, right? Interesting picture. You can right click and decide which one you want to use it. You can take it and modify it however you want, right? These are more, I guess, what AI believes will be the look of the Black woman. If you saw the one on Gemini, you know, it has some, I guess the training model has more black, dark skin Black women, even though I don't like the expression black, but because of AI, we're trying to use what they were trained on. As you know, Black people come in different size, shape and size, just like Caucasians and stuff, right? So this is where we have an issue in academia. I am a professor and I have some of my colleagues that have a problem with the AI, which you will see here. I say, write me a short 50-word summary academic paper on the French Revolution. And I put something here, I said, with 3 sources cited and an image. And I wanted to put something here, I said, avoid plagiarism detection by Turnitin. Why I put Turnitin is last year, which would be 2023, I taught 5 classes at 3 universities. One was in a Middle Eastern country, and I saw a lot of papers, and Turnitin used to have an AI detector. So even if the plagiarism count is low, I had a student with a plagiarism count of 6%, but an AI count of 62%. So I knew they generated the content using AI. But also the issue was when you interact with your students, you know who is a natural English speaker or writer. So when you see a paper from a student, you can, without being biased, you probably tell that content wasn't really generated from the student. What it means in academia is you have to be a little more dynamic in how you test your students or how you assess your students, right? So now look at this. He now says, okay, certainly, here's a concise summary of the French Revolution. And he said the French Revolution spanning, he gave me a time period, and he talks about key events, the storming of the Bastille, the reign of terror, and the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. The interesting thing is he now gave me a citation. So you write papers where you do a thesis or dissertation, you know you've got the Harvard standard citation format, the MLA, or what we use is the American Psychological Association, APA style. So you could go and check and see if this is really correct. I gives you textbooks. So this is part of the issue now, right? So now what I wanted to conclude my writing here, and I said, if generate an image with the word summary to end a presentation, it came back and said, please provide a more descriptive prompt. The prompt was too vague to generate appropriate high quality image. Please try a longer, more descriptive prompt. So, and I said, okay, right. Generate an image with the word summary to end a PowerPoint presentation. It should be catchy and in yellow, signaling the conclusion of my presentation. And what I got was this, right? So if I summarize, let me just show you a quick demo on here. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send on the site. So let's see here. Let's end our sharing of this screen. Let me show you my, let's go to general, so let's go to general site on the internet, which is what I got my stuff. So you normally will go, I'm trying to avoid using up too much data here, but you would normally go, let's check my whole screen for a minute here. You will go to, my system is trying to not cooperate for me here. Let's go here, good. I share my screen here, do it again here. All right, so you go to Copilot. This practices at home Copilot. Microsoft. It's already set for me here. And it will come up with the screen. And all right, so you should have seen the previous screen on here. Let's see, go back again just to show you what I had on the screen. I was saying this is your Copilot screen, and then you can see what you have a notebook here, and you have a Copilot. All right, so feel free to ask, say any question, explore. I can only show you so much. You must be willing to try it out yourself. Not just a lecture. Our concept is I talk about it, I show you, and then you do.